what up, people? What's good? It's me, the L to the Teddy 27. Angry Teacher Chronicles. Y'all know what we give. Y'all know what we do over here. And this is going to be our review for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, for the Haves and the Have-Nots, Season 7, Episode 10. Y'all see how I'm already drinking? That should tell you I'm going to have to drag Tyler again. Now, Tyler. Normally, for a mid-season finale or season finale, you know, you always give me a little something at the end, a little drama that make me go, ooh. Bitch, you ain't give me shit, Tyler, and you ain't shit. You know, I'm in Atlanta right now, y'all. I ought to drive over there to the TP studios and give you a piece of my mind face to face, Tyler. Just a mess. Just a mess. Anyway, so we start off where we left off last episode. Wyatt is in the jail cell. Catherine in the jail cell across from him. And, you know, he's threatening to cut his wrist. And then he slices his wrist to try and, you know, kill himself or whatever. And he's opining and, you know, reminiscing and going through all of these backstories about when he was little and all of these horrible things that happened to him and what Catherine and Jim and how they didn't care about him. I really don't care, Wyatt. Bitch, die slowly. I'm glad you died. And listen, this is the merry world of make-believe. The TP Studios. So we know he ain't dead because we got people being raised from the dead like they Jesus Christ with Catherine and Jim at the beginning of this season. So we are, if you expect me to believe that Wyatt is dead, you're reaching. A mess. A mess. Anyway, so Catherine is crying and all over herself. Eventually he bleeds out and passes out or whatever. Child, only to be reincarnated at the beginning of the next season. I mean, nobody buys this. This was drug out. They dragged this out way too long because we already know he's not dead. He's going to be alive. So all of that nonsense, I ain't here for that. I ain't here for it. Back at the hospital, Jim brings back in the dude that had kidnapped Benny. So he brought the dude back in and he tells the dude that he has a job for him. He needs him to kill Veronica. And he needs him to make it look like it's an accident. Now, this guy, I mean, he just looks like somebody that don't know what the fuck they doing. I mean, Jim, just by the looks of this guy and how he was like deer in the headlights and how he was basically asking you how to go about carrying out this job, did that not ring a bell in your head, Jim, that maybe this is not the best person to be doing this and that he's going to be sloppy as fuck with it and you're going to end up being implicated in all of this? Is going to come right back to you? Just a mess. Just a damn mess. And I'm already cussing my behind off on this video. It don't make no sense. Because it was just a mess. Just a whole mess. And I just wasn't here for it. So then, we have the AG. The outgoing AG. White AG. He calls Jim. So Jim, if y'all remember, Jim wanted the AG to help him out with Catherine's case. To help get Catherine off for the murders of Jennifer Salison. So him and the AG have this back and forth, and the AG was like, listen, all that little bit of information you gave me on Candace is not going to help. It's not enough to make up for what you asking me to do right now. So Jim is like, well, you know, I need this, da 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 da. And he said, well, I'll see what I can do. So one of the AG's workers is like, listen, you need to watch out for him. People like him, they're no good. They don't mean you know what, and they always end up being bad business and stuff like that. So especially because they started to talk about the Candace situation and the fact that the media is pretty much has pretty much done a 180 on how they see Candace, and so they were really surprised at how the media is looking at Candace favorably now. So basically, the information that Jim gave him about Candace, it might have worked for a little bit, but the fact that the tides are turning on Candace means that that information really is worth nothing right now. So he says, I'll think about it. I'll see what I can do. That's what he tells Jim. So, Benny is outside of Hannah's house. Benny done took that $100,000 and went and bought 2 tow trucks. So Mitch was waiting for Benny outside of Hannah's house. So Mitch see Benny drive up with the tow truck, and they basically, you know, go back and forth. Benny telling Mitch that, you know, I bought 2 so we could reopen up the tow truck yard, and it's one for me and one for you. And then Mitch was like, where you got this money from? And Benny tells him about how Candace gave him the money. And so Mitch was like, you ain't worried. And Benny was like, he claims he'll be ready if Jim comes after him. Bitch, you ain't been ready for a goddamn thing. Anytime somebody came for your monkey ass the entirety of this entire show. You ain't never been ready for nobody. Ever. Okay. I mean, so magically now you gonna be ready? Shut. This bitch could barely spell his name. Child. That's why he go by Benny, because he can't spell Benjamin. I bet you all his life he been writing Benny on papers and never writing Benjamin, because that bitch is as dumb as a box of rocks. I mean, you gonna be ready for him. Child. Benny. Bitch, if you don't sit your... This motherfucker done been hemmed up by everybody in the city of Savannah, Georgia, where they apparently live. But now, all of a sudden, you gonna be ready. Sit your ass down somewhere, Benny. Candace pulls up in a brand new truck. Brand new, tricked out truck. Apparently, she bought this truck as a gift to Mitch, because she got tired of seeing him riding around in that raggedy car of his that he says is vintage. And she said, you know what, this is a gift for helping me save my brother's life. And so forth. So she brought him that gift. So they go in the house and they're going back and forth. They're talking about, you know, Benny's talking about by Mitch, Benny, and Candace go in the house. And they're talking about the different things that they bought and so forth. And Benny mentions buying the tow trucks and so forth. And they talk about the truck that Candace bought from Mitch. And then lo and behold, who's there around the corner listening to it all? Hannah. Hannah comes in and Hannah was like, oh, so y'all didn't get that money back? Hannah loses it, honey. Hannah goes off. Of course, you know she's blaming all of this on Candace, because everything is always Candace's fault. So Mitch tries to chime in and Candace says, basically, bitch, shut the fuck up, because I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to my motherfucking kids. Do not interrupt me. I almost said something. But yes, Hannah said something. You know, Hannah was over there cussing. Hannah was like, get your shit and get out. Because Hannah, when Benny said, I'm keeping the truck, Hannah said, well, you going to have to get out. Benny said, fine. She said, get your shit and get out. He said, no problem, because I expected you to do that. I'm going to buy my own house, and if you want, you can come stay with me. She said, I'd never stay with you. Child, just a mess. Just a whole mess. They going back and forth. She talking about how she's so disappointed in Benny, but she expected this from Candace. See, that's the problem right there. What you don't know is, really, this whole orchestration has been Benny. Always. Candace was trying to do the right thing. You and your brand of fuckery, Hannah, probably sent probably sent Candace back down the wrong road. Anyway. So Hannah tells Candace and Benny, get y'all shit and get the fuck out my house. I'm going to go do something. When I get back, don't be here. If you are, the police will come and you're gonna be arrested. That's how that went down. David goes home. Baby David goes up in that house. Jeffrey is laid out on the couch. David goes in that house tiptoeing through the tulips, child. That young man is tiptoeing through the tulips so as not to let Jeffrey know that he's home. Baby Jeffrey is like, are you tiptoeing in? Are you trying to avoid me? Yes, he's trying to avoid you, bitch. Because he don't want to talk about you getting your back blown out, bitch. So Jeffrey is like, listen, we got to talk about this. Hello, Jeffrey. He don't want to talk about his son getting his back blown out by some white boy. Anyway. So David said, so Jeffrey was like, well, do you have a problem with me being gay? David's like, no, I just never seen anybody have sex. And so Jeffrey is like, not even when you were in college. He was like, no. So then they started talking about, he was like, well, you know, when I was young. And so Jeffrey says, well, what were gay people like when you were young? And so when David goes into like the fact that people hid their sexualities back in the day, he was looking like he was so surprised. Hello, bitch. You hid your whole sexuality like the first 2 or 3 seasons. Jeffrey, for you to be this clinical psychologist that we never see you work in, you know what I'm saying? You're supposedly, you know, a clinical psychologist and have all these degrees in psychology, and apparently is doing no work in America. You know what I'm saying? Because when the show first opened, I thought Veronica was had a business where people got treatment for psychology and you work for your parents. And then it switched up and Veronica was a lawyer. And I'm confused at this point. But for you to be quote unquote as intelligent as you are, you mean to tell me you didn't know that gay people were hiding who they were? Bitch, you hit yourself. That whole shit was stupid and dumb as fuck. I mean, a closet case like Tyler Perry, who wrote this fuck shit and fuckery, should know about people hiding their sexuality. But this shit is stupid as fuck. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just cussing. I apologize to you all, because this video is heavy laden with a lot of curse words and vulgarities, and I apologize, because I'm usually better than this. But Tyler has made me go down this road. Moving on. Jeffrey says I'm supposed to be going on a date with Madison. Can Madison come over here after the date? Yeah, he can come over, but you know, make sure, you know, you lock your door. Jeffrey was like, well, make sure you knock. Madison ain't got no damn house. Y'all can't go over to Madison's house, because it's not a good look for you to be having sex in your parents' house. I mean, I'm not, people who know me know I'm not squeamish by any stretch of the imagination. You name it, I've done it sexually. I'm here for all of the shits. Exhibitionism, voyeurism, BDSM, you name it, I'm here for it. But what I'm not here for is you having sex in your parents' house. I know Madison got a house. Y'all go have sex and you get bust down in Madison's house. You do not need to be becoming a bust down Tatiana in your daddy house. But that's a whole different ball game. That, I think you are the lowest. You very good at low class. If you're having sex in your parents' house, that's just whatever. Maybe I was raised differently, but I just don't feel like your parents' house is where you should be having sex. But whatever. And then they talk about how David has security following him and Jeffrey around 24 hours a day just to make sure nothing happens to him from Veronica and everything. So then we see the AG. So the AG is talking to his little worker guy, the guy that works. I'm just hitting myself. I'm just a mess. So the AG talks to his little worker guy about Senator Connally and how Senator Connally was all up in arms about the information that they put out there about Candace and so forth. And so they basically go back and forth about how they just can't believe that Charles would really consider wanting to still be with a woman like Candace if he's going to be president of the United States. And I'm with them on that. Like, there's no way, shape, form, or fashion that in real life, someone who's president-elect would be with the likes of a Candace Young. But this is the merry magical world of make-believe, the TP studios, so these things happen. Then we see the AG and his work tells his worker to kill Candace and make it look like a suicide, and also to make it happen on federal property so that they can open an investigation about it to put out more information about Candace, I'm assuming. And he says, okay. He also tells him to make sure clean up all of their files and documentation, clean up everything in the office over the last 8 years, because Senator Connolly told him, listen, as soon as I get in office, I'm opening an investigation over your whole office. And I think that was stupid for him to tell them that. He should have waited till he got in office and then just opened up the case, and that way they didn't have a chance to clean it up. But, you know, this is Tyler Perry that wrote this mess, so... Anyway, back at Veronica's house, Veronica's talking to the maid, and, you know, they're going back and forth about things Veronica wants her to do. One of the things she wants her to do is to go and buy her, not buy her, but go and pick up her dry cleaning. She was like, okay, no problem, I'll go do it. She tells her, well, take my car. And so she was like, you sure? She was like, how else you gonna get there? You gonna catch the bus? She was like, well, I could. She was like, no, you ain't gonna be carrying my expensive garments and clothing on no bus with dirty ass people and roaches and stuff crawling across it. You know what Veronica gives. And so she would like, take my car. But we all know this is a ploy because she wants to use old girl as a decoy for her just in case something happens to her. So then she said, there's a guy at the door for you. Pretty Thug is there. So Pretty brown skinned thug comes in, and he basically tells, the dude we've seen this season. And he tells her, listen, there are dudes out here looking for you. Some foreign dudes and stuff like that. He said, they dangerous. Do you need us to bring people here, to protect you? She was like, no. You need us to help you out? She was like, nah, I got this. I'm going to be all right. And so, he says, okay, no problem. And there's a little flirting back and forward. But Veronica tells him, you don't need to be worried about me. I'll be okay. Like I told you, this whole episode was very lackluster for a mid-season finale. Then we had the date with Jeffrey and Madison. This whole scene was just awkward. It was very awkward, very uncomfortable. It was stupid. It was poorly written. I didn't understand any of it. The back and forth between the two, so I'm going to move on. So, next we see Veronica's new maid at home with her boyfriend or husband or whoever he is. At first I thought it was Rome Flynn, and I don't even remember Rome Flynn's character's name on the show. I don't remember right now. But I thought it was Rome Flynn at first because he looked, if you look real fast, like Rome Flynn. But it's not. It's another little light-skinned cutie, light bright. Of course, Tyler Perry does what he does. He gave us our obligatory shirtless shot. Dude had muscles, and he was, he had been in the gym, honey. Not only had he been in the gym, the little secrets of the trade for the actors. Male actors, what they do is they take Preparation H, and they rub their skin with Preparation H to tighten up their skin to make it, their muscles pop a little more. That's one of the secrets that you learn, in the acting business. Anyway, so apparently Veronica's new maid is supposedly trying to rob her or, steal stuff from her. Her and her boyfriend or husband is supposed to be, doing this job to kind of steal money from Veronica or whatever. So she tells her little boyfriend that she's glad she got hired and so forth and so on. So we'll see how that goes. And then the last scene we had was back at Hannah's house with Benny and Candace. So they're packing to leave. So Benny is asking about the dude who Hannah was dating, the Derek dude. And so Candace knows that's her dad. And Candace was like, well, just leave it alone. So Benny who, I mean, let's just call him who he is, Tweedledee. Tweedledee, no, I'm sorry, he's not Tweedledee, he's Tweedledum. Tweedledum, Benny, magically in 3 seconds, not only finds dude on the internet, the same Benny, the same Tweedledum who can't even spell his whole name, the same Benny that's the one of the dumbest motherfuckers on earth, in 3 seconds finds him. Not only does he find him, but he magically puts together, oh, that this is magically the dude that raped my mom, and that must be Candace's dad. Like, it's so stupid. It's so poorly written. I mean, that was the whole episode, y'all. That was mid-season finale, and it is what it is. That's what it gave. The shit was stupid as fuck. Fuck you, Tyler. Fuck the fact that you made this whole horrible mid-season finale. And that's it. Until next time, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely.